Hey, it's MP Collectibles here. This is the third take in this video. Hopefully I get it right this time. And I'll try not to make it too long because last one was pretty long. So, it's really at night. Hopefully I don't make any mistakes because I've been making them. I'm gonna play Nitrix video that you just released like 8 hours ago. Sorry about wearing the sunglasses. It's just the lighting is crazy in here. Well, it's good. It's good and bad because it's really lit up. So anyway, we're gonna watch a little bit of Nitrix video, newest video, where he compares three of the dual handhelds that are out right now. Then I'll add in the Anbernic new. Well, we already know, but I'll talk about it a little bit for the people that want me to their my opinion on it. So shout out to Nitrix. I'm playing without the sound because yeah, his robot voice in English is it's annoying, but it's still I get the gist of the video, even though it's probably not translated as good as it's like if you knew the language. But hey, I don't know Chinese, so and I watch Brazilian guys too. I watch anybody. It doesn't matter what language they're speaking. If they're telling me some information about emulation, I'm gonna watch it. So, and women too. Um, so, as you can see in the clip, he's showing the Thor, which, by the way, I decided I did get the Thor. I think if you watch me on TikTok, I'll relate to my TikTok. I'll leave different videos there, and in one of my old videos, I referred to I was making the decision, and this is the decision I made. And the reason is the Thor is just more portable, but also on the high end game type of device for me at this moment. And I'm not saying I'm not gonna buy any more devices, but this is probably gonna be the device that caps the year off plus the Anbernic RG DS. I'm gonna talk about it later in the video, and I'll give you my reasons why. Some people are gonna be like, "Well, if you got this, why are you gonna get that?" And I get it. I shouldn't, but there is a reason. So I'm gonna give you my reasons and tell me if I'm crazy or not. I respect your guys' opinion, but it's my money. And I'm the guy that's purchasing it. And please don't get offended. I'm like that. I'm from New York, man. You know how it is. You know how it is, bro. It is what it is. Um, so yeah, the Thor. I'm so excited. I got DHL because I usually use 4PX when I'm, getting stuff from China. But I got DHL this time, so hopefully I don't get hit with tariffs. Knock on wood, because everybody's right now trying to see they're playing. What's it called? What's it called? That dangerous game. Chicken. There you go, chicken. They're playing chicken, seeing who flinches first, and I don't know. I guess Trump. You know how he is, man. I don't want to make this political, and believe me, I have my own opinion about him, and it's not the typical opinion that some people think about him. But hey, I'm just getting, don't worry about that. So with this, yeah, it's just I can't even believe this is happening. I honestly I think this is a little earlier than I thought. I thought maybe in 2027 we were gonna get these kind of handhelds, but we're getting them now. I knew they were gonna start to do it because I think the scene was getting a little bit saturated and a little bit boring. They had to add something to it, and is it too early? Maybe, because we're getting all these hinge problems. Like my everyday carry currently is the Mayu Mini Flip, the first version, and I'm loving that thing. It hasn't had any problems, major problems that are like, oh, the only thing I got into was the SD card started acting up on me. But hey, I would made my library on there. It has a decent sized card. I put the games I know I'm going to play on there, so it's fine. As long as the SD card doesn't give out, I'll be fine. Um, Plus, it's not that expensive, so if something happens to it, I can replace it with the Anbernic 34XX SP, which I don't have currently, but I'm contemplating on getting it. But maybe not. I may not get it because what's the reason for that? So, for to not to keep this video real long, and again, I will give a shout out to Nitrix and some other people towards the end of the video. If you guys want to check out some cool channels and are new to the scene, new to my channel, please subscribe, please share, please like. It really does help out. I don't say this for my own good. I say it because I need help when it comes to subscribers, right? So, and I'm trying to be more professional, as you guys can have noticed. I know I should be more consistent too, but hey, let's get on to it. Yeah, he's comparing them. The one sugar is the worst out of all of this because one X sugar, because it has too much points of failure. Just way too much points of failure. It's cool that it can do what it does, but I'm not gonna be a test dummy for this. So maybe the next one will be better. Hopefully they didn't go bankrupt because of this. I commend them for being, trying something and seeing if it sticks. I know they made previous consoles and they were hard to get. This is actually this is probably the easiest console to get currently, but it's really expensive. I just didn't. It just didn't click with me, and it's too bulky. By the way, it's way too bulky from what I could see, and it doesn't have any motion really. It's the way you see it is the way you're gonna use it if you're gonna use the dual screen setup, which is preposterous at this moment. Because we got the Pocket DS from iNeo, and it's powerful. It's bigger screen, yes, but it's bulky too. Again, if you guys know me, I'm going portable for a reason. I don't travel quite often, but I don't have, reliable transportation every day. So a portable device is just the ideal. Plus, I don't like carrying too many things. I just don't. It makes a lot of sense to go for the Thor, in my opinion, if you're gonna go for the Thor. And I went next because it's gonna be that super portable console that I'm gonna bring with me. Maybe when I travel overseas and stuff like that, or domestically, or it's long periods of from home. I want something that you know. Sorry, I'm burping there. I don't want it to come out. So yeah, that's the reason I went with the Thor and not the other devices here. It's just ridiculous if you go for those devices at this moment, But hey, we're still testing out things, this is from what I know, this is Odin or Thor Odin. I don't know what the brand is called. AYN, sorry, AYN first attempt for a clamshell. Now they're known for quality products, even though I've had issues with some of their products before. Each company is not perfect. I've had I have the Odin Light. I had several problems with that one, but hey, I live and I learn. You're gonna take a few lumps when you're doing things like this. So I'm just gonna bite the bullet on that and maybe see if I can sell it to someone because I currently own one and I just don't know if I'm gonna keep it. Um, but it works to a certain extent now. I've done a few repairs on it, not professionally. I'm not a professional at this, but it's better than it was. That's for sure. So hopefully it stays that way, and then I can see if I can give it to someone, or I don't know. I don't know yet. I may still use it as to gauge that chip's longevity and what I can play on it. You know, it's a little hobby of mine to test what is doing what, and even if it's an old device. Sorry, I'm rambling now, and I don't want to make this video too long. Like I said, yeah, this is the reason I'm choosing this. It has a decent amount of like flexibility when it comes to the screen movement. Obviously, the flexibility with the gaming, which you can play, 4x3 content, 16x9 content, and on both on the top screen. Obviously, the hinge and the grip. I did buy the grip. I bought everything. I bought the accessory pack. I went all out. Believe me, I went all out. The max is what I got, and I got the black one. I was contemplating on getting the purple clear just because it looks so cool and I like clear devices. But yeah, ergonomics is important to me, and I don't know if I'm gonna bring this out with me. It's gonna have everything. I'm gonna put the glass protector and screen protector, whatever you want. Oh, glass, because it is glass, all glass. So yeah, I'm gonna put that on, and yeah, I'm gonna probably keep it at home. I'm not gonna travel away just because it's too expensive, and I don't want anything to happen to it. Um, I do have the Flip 2 for you guys that know, and I have the Mini version 2. And again, Retroid or companies, they all have their problems. I got to the attachment, and for the people that watch my TikTok, I'll leave a link for my TikTok. You saw that it stopped working for me. And I'm still in contact with Retroid and seeing they have like this little holiday currently. We'll see if they contact me. They did offer me a return slip. I may get a slip from them, and then I'll return the screen back, and hopefully they give me another one and it will start working. But currently it's acting funny. I can't get it to work. I mean, it turns on, but it doesn't work. It doesn't have the right orientation. For anyone that knows how to fix that problem, let me know. I heard that you could update the the operating system to Android 13, and it would fix that problem. But I already did that, and I'm still having the problem. So I don't know what I have to do. Maybe restart the whole system and it'll work. And I mean, the factory reset. I don't want to do all that. So I figured that if Retro is willing to replace the screen, then I'll just do that. So I'll let you guys know when that happens, and I'll keep you in the loop when it comes to that. So yeah, let's continue. A lot of stuff to say. I'm sorry, this video may be longer than I thought it was going to be because last take was like 30 minutes. Oh man, and yeah, I got the bag too. Got everything. Because hey, like I said, this could be my end game. And when I say that, I mean that it could be the end game for a little bit, like a year or two. You know how this stuff gets. Um, yeah, so the good thing about getting into this hobby, you start to really appreciate technology. You want to, honestly, this is the most I've ever fixed anything. I've actually went in there and repaired and disassembled and stuff like that. There's no other hobby that makes me do this besides this hobby. So that's a good thing. I learned a lot from Sorry about my chopped lips, but it's really dry in here. I learned a lot from technology from this, and that's part of it. It's really more of a hobby than anything, and I want to make content for you guys that are into this. In regards to my other things that I'm into, and if I'm gonna make videos about that, you know how it is. If you're so to me for a long time, I go through phases with stuff, and I don't know how long I'm gonna be on this particular phase of my YouTube content, but we'll see how long it takes for me to get bored and move on to the next, or loop back to something I was doing before. But hopefully, you guys understand. It's not that I don't want to keep doing content in a certain way. It's just I don't want to have multiple channels either. It just makes sense that I have one channel, and if you guys want to stay for whatever I'm into, I appreciate that. Because yeah, it's tough trying to maintain so many channels. It's at least from my point of view, it would be very tough for me to do that. You see how many videos I do, and I only own two channels currently, and it's just not that easy. Really isn't. But I could, I probably could do it. It's just I'm just being lazy, but I'm just being honest with you guys. It's just so much work, and I'm looking for work. So like regular work, right now I'm just self-employed, and it's just getting tough. But there's some good and some bad with self-employment. You know how it is for the people that do it. You know how it is. Um, so sorry about that. I had to just say that because so you guys know where my head is at. So yeah, this is just crazy. Like we get so much. Like it blew up in the last fourth, third to fourth quarter of this year. We're getting, and I'm sure it's gonna spill into next year. We're gonna get more dual screen handhelds probably from other companies because currently it's one X trigger, uh, AYN, Ioneo, and this is not Ioneo's first dual screen device. It's their second because this is the Android version. They had a PC version before. I think it came out last year, and that was too expensive. If you want to get the like something that's gonna have PC, obviously it is PC X80 X86 device, then you'll get that. But the problem is, I mean, the benefits of that is that on Windows, it seems like emulation is way farther ahead compared to Android, and Android is catching up. It is definitely catching up. I think that's the best part of this, like watching Android like blossom when it comes to this, and how developers are taking to it more because they know that this in particular Android as an operating system is just very popular, easy to use, one of the better ones, in a sense. So let me talk about a little bit of the news that I've heard that Android is gonna try to block side loading. Believe me, if you guys are into the know and you're a little bit tech savvy, there's other ways to get around that. I don't want to put it all on this video because I'll make another video about it. But basically, if you could put in the operating system on a device, then that is a possibility that you're going to see a big growth in other Linux or Android type of OSs that pop up where that's not the problem. It. I would say that Android is doing this for the money and plus for the making sure nothing happens to people's devices. It's a good and a bad thing. More of a bad thing than it is a good thing, in my opinion. But I think that's the real reason why they're doing this. But yeah, that's my opinion on that, and I'm gonna transition to the the stuff I want to talk about with the DS, and then we'll end the video. The Anbernic DS. So I'll be right back. I'm just gonna change the scene. All right, I'm back, guys. So yeah, we're seeing Retro Pocket, another channel I watch quite often, and I'll give a shout out to a couple channels. I'm not gonna give a shout out to all the channels, but these are channels that may use their videos for to. But I'm also gonna shoot videos with my own footage. Obviously, I don't want to just just show there. All right, I set up the shot, and yeah, I was seeing stuff, and I forgot that I wasn't recording. So yeah, we're watching Rocket Pocket's channel. Shout out to him. He has a really good channel as well. If you want to get into the weeds of this, I have so many people I watch that give me proper information, and not only this, I'm also in the forums, like searching everything all the time. Besides crypto, this is my hobby right now. I'm into crypto. I'm into investments and this and emulation. It's just it's changed my life. But I am a busy guy. I'm gonna possibly look for work or just keep doing side gigging, hustling, whatever you want to call it, side hustling. It's tough, but if you have the means, you could do it. Self-employed, trying to make it in this world like everybody else. But anyway, let's press. I'm pausing the wrong thing. By the way, I'm pausing the wrong thing. I mean, I'm like, I forget that I have to touch where I want to control. So you know, this is Rocket Pockets channel, and he's gonna show. Yeah, he's using other people's clips too. I'm not, like everybody does this, so don't get mad at me if I'm doing it. So he is obviously talking about the revolution, and I mean not the revolution. He's talking about what's happening right now, and again with the DS, it's one of my all-time favorites. My second favorite. I don't know how much times I said this. I might have to edit this because there's times when I stop the camera because I'm not that good with OBS. But yeah, look, my OG. Obviously, if you guys want to know what I have I have an R4 card. I also have a Fire Emblem Sacred Swords, which I still play quite a bit. And yeah, it's yellowing. I may upgrade the screens, or I may buy another one that's already upgraded. I don't know. I haven't decided yet, but that's what's going on, and I love that thing. Um, it's just so amazing this is happening. It's portable. The colors. This black one looks sick. You know. It my suspicions is we get to the good part. At least for me, is that it's gonna be the T618 Unisoc. That's what I'm thinking. Four gigs of RAM. It has to be. It, if they don't go 4 gigs, they're just wasting our time. They could go with 3 and the H700. That's a possibility to make it cheaper. But I don't think they're going to do that. I hope they don't do that. And there's another possibility, and this is my other, and this is because they tend to use chips they already used before. It's the Rock chip 3566, and you guys know they use this on several devices, like their fifth generation devices, which is the 440. I think it was the I can't even remember right now. I gotta check. There's so many back. It's so old. It was I gotta pause the video to double check, but I can check right now. Hold on. So yeah, they also used it on the Anbernic RG 3553 VS, and they also used it on the RG 353N. So there's several of them that they used it on, and they're ranging from 140 to like one 140 to to $90. If you get it now and stuff like that, you're gonna get it for that price. So that's another chip that they may use, because they did do a dual boot with that one on the Arc. I believe the Arc was also dual boot from them, and it just makes sense that they will use one of these chips. So let me know what you guys think. Share this video, like this video. Now I'm just gonna give a quick shout outs to a couple people that you might want to check out. And let me just check my phone so I can properly shout them out. There's gonna be other people in other videos I'm gonna shoot a shout out in the retro scene, but right now I want to shout out, and I'm using, and these videos that I'm using in this video in particular, they're gonna be linked below. Hopefully, I'm not too lazy to do that. And yeah, there is Nitrix. He's Chinese. He's like the guy you go to first when something's early. He's gonna have some kind of video for it. It's always him. Um, Hyper Play RPG. He does videos similar to me, and where he talks about things. He doesn't show his face that often, but he's an OG. He's like been in the scene for a while, so go check him out. He's a hell of a knowledgeable guy, really is, and one of the guys that I look up to in this scene, in this retro emulation scene. There's also um, retro handhelds 24. These are smaller channels, because obviously I can name bigger channels, but all the big channels, everybody already knows who they are. I don't need to keep shouting them out, even though I do refer to them every once in a while. But yeah, go check out Retro Handhelds on 24 if you really want to get into the hobby. He's a guy that he's had so much information. The only thing is that he does a lot of videos where it's just talking about a particular device for several weeks. He'll do that. I mean, it's still good, still good information if you want to watch his videos. There's a lot of people that do similar videos, and I'm probably one of them, but I'm a mixture. I will show my face every once in a while. I will, you know, I get, there's a lot of people that get, envy from all this, and I'm not trying to flex that I have all these devices. I just don't have the overhead like certain people. They have families. I get it. They're not gonna be able to afford certain things. I personally am blessed that I have, a certain lifestyle, and I buy these devices. This is my own money that I buy them. I'm not married currently. I don't have kids currently, so this is probably my midlife crisis. I'm showing you guys what's going on, and it's just that's why I can afford these things. But I can't afford everything. I have a budget, So, Anbernic, I did want to shout out them, because hey, I may use their video and I've used their videos before. Alexwpi, He is another channel that I look up to, and he doesn't show his face. It's robotic, it's probably AI, but he has tons of information and comparisons. He does most of his comparisons with PC emulation, but occasionally he'll talk about a phone that he uses. He'll tell you that, and it's still he does. The thing I like about him is he's consistent. He does a lot of videos and he gives you a lot of good information. But again, I'm gonna keep shouting out certain people. I mean, I keep shouting out, but shout out different people in the scene just because they help me just as much as I help other people in the scene. I'm also on Reddit, but I won't tell you my name. I'll leave my link to my TikTok for you guys that want to watch my TikTok. I do have separate content there. I don't want to have the same content and stuff like that in the channels that I have. And the last person I want to shout out currently is Sheldon James. Now, Sheldon James does well edited videos. He's been in the scene for quite some time, and he knows what he's talking about. And he's just one of those guys that he makes sense. And he's a father, and I don't know how he has the time to do all this stuff. But he has two channels. If you type in his channel, one of them is sure to. I mean, his main channel will pop up. But I'll leave a. I don't know if I will leave a link, but I'll leave their names because that's gonna maybe be easier for you guys to find them, and you can probably watch random videos from them. But if you want a link, I may add them. I'm not sure yet. So you guys know what to do. This is even longer than I thought it was going to be, but you guys know what to do. Just share, like the video. If you lasted this long, you are a true champion, and I bless you. Hope you have a blessed day because tomorrow's never promised. I know someone else says that. Dead Fred says that a lot, and he's right. He's so right when he says that. Well, he says it's different. I paraphrased what he said. But that's another channel you guys should see if you really want to get into the weeds. He does a lot of the low budget handhelds, and he's always doing those things. But he does occasionally have some of the mid tier, high end stuff too. So yeah. So what handhelds am I using currently that I'm like obsessed with? I currently have the Flip 2 that has a Snapdragon 6.5 with 8 gigs of RAM in it. Loving that thing with the grip. Amazing. I also have the Retro Mini 2. Not flexing. I'm just saying I got those, and I think I mentioned them in the other. They're just like making my life so much easier when it comes to gaming. There's no way I'm gonna be not able to game in these years, and I'm probably gonna get rid of some consoles because it's getting to a point that's getting crazy. I got rid of a couple of them already, and I'm still gonna probably get rid of some more. But yeah. I'm just rambling. If you guys stayed this long, you know what I just said. So I'll see you in the next one. Later.